What's up, guys? Welcome to the podcast. My name is Matty K, and I have Delusions of Grandeur. Today is, I don't know what day of the week it is. I don't really know what's happening. It's 3 a.m., and I would like to wake up at 8 a.m., so let's get into the day. First of all, I cut my hair, and when I say I cut my hair, that doesn't mean that I got a haircut. It means that, I cut my hair. Today's episode's very prop heavy. A tropical storm is heading towards Los Angeles, California, for the first time since 1939. So I went to the grocery store to get what I call apocalypse water. It's where I just buy like 6 gallons of water and I hide them in my cupboards in case the water turns off, because I need water to live, to drink. I kind of need it to bathe, but I could use cloth wipes to do that. I also can I need water to use the bathroom, but I can turn my bathtub into a urinal. But for all the other ones, I do need that water for the toilet. So I got water. I got 6 gallons of water. I got 48 cans of LaCroix. Oh, LaCroix. We have a passion fruit LaCroix tonight because I'm very passionate. It's a very prop heavy episode. Let's get some sparkling water ASMR. Can you hear the bubble, or is the the compressor's going to compress that. That lost some people, and it also gained some people. Can this be in the shot? Just pull the focus. This is a podcast for your ears. This isn't Stanley Kubrick, okay, with the aesthetics. I'm not even supposed to be looking at the camera. I'm not supposed to be playing with the camera. It's supposed to be kind of like The Office, where I'm talking. I'm just kind of like, to kind of punctuate things. So this is very non-linear. I got my water, and then when I was in the water aisle, I decided to heal my childhood trauma by getting this. Growing your own dinosaurs? Are you kidding me? I'm going to make an entire video about these. Actually, I've already filmed the beginning of it, and I'm going to film the rest of it tomorrow. But for those of you just listening because you're experiencing the podcast the way it was intended, just for your ears, not polluting your eyes with all, you're driving, you're cooking, you're using the bathroom, you're in the shower, don't slip. You're cutting carrots with a knife, don't slip. You're driving in a car, don't slip. And hydroplane. We're going to be talking about airplanes today. I am just transitioning up in this. So I'm a child of the 90s, and growing your own dinosaurs was a staple. It was kind of like scented markers and quicksand. It was just everywhere. So it's not for children under 3. It's ages 4 and up. Okay, so I'm sorry, not for children under 3. Okay. Ages 4 and up. Okay. What about people who are 3.5? What about the intro? Cue intro. I'm sorry about that, guys. I forgot the intro. I worked hard on that intro. It was the summer of 2020. It was I had to get all those photos myself. Okay. Anyway. Anyhow. Anywho. Where was I? So, what about 3.5-year-olds? Can they play with this? Because you have not explained it. So, basically, if you can't see, because you're listening, it's a dinosaur inside of a capsule. They're like those little, I'm not going to say, they look like plastic capsules, but they're not plastic because these capsules, unlike plastic, dissolve in water. Plastic does not dissolve. I'm sorry. I'm trying to not be resentful this episode, but I have trillions of microplastics in my body, not paying rent, not contributing to anything, not helping my dreams come true, not believing in me, not whispering affirmations or words of encouragement. They are squatting. They're not doing anything. And they're you know what I mean? So these, I would assume, are made out of some sort of plant-based polymer. Polymer? Polymor? Polymer? Polymer. Polymor. And we're gonna make a video all about this. So I hope you'd enjoyed that 5 minutes about these. And they're all they also had other animals, but the dinosaurs are the best. And we're gonna give them names, we're gonna give them lives, we're gonna give them bios, we're gonna give them stories. Okay. So I use this prop, I use this prop, I use this prop. Hi! You found me. I'm Waldo. I forgot about this. This is my Where's Waldo shirt. It is a 2016 Ralph Lauren, $45 from Macy's, specifically the Macy's in Sherman Oaks, California. I've worn this baby over and 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 over. The color has not faded. It's so comfortable. It hasn't lost its shape. It's amazing. I love it. I feel like a sailor. With the glasses, okay. Let's see, I want to be really grounded with this, because I was going to say every time I wear it. I would say 1 out of every 5 times, which is still a lot. You piece of shit. It's still exciting. Okay? 1 out of 5 is a lot. That's 20%. It's a lot. Okay? That's, a quarter minus a nickel. 1 out of every 5 times I wear. Okay, you know what? Every time I wear this, somebody says, I found you. Today, I was walking into the grocery store, and I was getting my cart, and I hear some dude behind me be like, I found you. I don't think he said I found you. I think he said something like, I see you, or it's you, or I got you, or he said, he didn't say, I don't think he said I found you. I like kind of talking like this because you can't see my lips move, and it's just like a mustache moving up and down, kind of like a cartoon. But then I also like this because then you can see it. Hey, if you're just listening, do not crash your car. Don't do it. Don't do it. One time, me and my friend were on a road trip from LA to New York, and we were in Oklahoma, and we got stopped by the cops, and you know what I mean? Oh, no. I mean, well, we were coming from California. You know what I mean? That's what you know what I mean. We were coming from California. Okay? So that's what. Aren't these natural pauses so great? It's so breathable. You know what I mean? Because the 1 minute content's just like bam, 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 bam. And this is just kind of like, you know. It can breathe. It can breathe. And that's the aesthetic of a podcast. Is it, like you, it can breathe. And that's something that you can say without getting canceled, without somebody challenging you, without offending somebody. That's a declaration statement. You can breathe. Try and fight me on that. Try and dismantle that. People have no idea what side I'm on. I love it so much. I'm on your side. So what am I talking about? Where's Waldo? This is the tangent episode. So this is the intro. Maybe I should just end the episode because it's already almost 12 minutes. Maybe I should just end this episode and we'll talk about the airplane stuff later. We have so much stuff to talk about because I was away. I just hear this dude and he's like my age. See, I have this weird thing where anybody who's 21 to 41 is my age. If I see you and you look like you are 21 through 41, we are the same. Excuse me. Okay, we're the same. So he was my age. And he seemed like, because where's the conversation? So he was behind, so he kept doing it. And then I was bracing myself. Because whenever people yell stuff at me, it's never good. I don't know why, but I have this yell at me face. I don't know why, but people yell at me. And they yell words at me. They say sentences. Well, there was a pee balloon once, but it wasn't really at me. It was at the guy next to me. But that's another world. So that he's like my age. He's handsome. He's well put together. I don't know. He's wearing like jeans and a black t-shirt, and he seems like a nice enough guy. But he's like, I don't know what these people are doing. I don't know what you want. What do you when you're you don't know. You know what I mean? You don't know if people are going to be violent or if people are nice or if people are just like trying to connect with people. They're just an extrovert. I'm an extrovert. I want to talk to everybody. I don't because, you know, there's cannibals everywhere. But I do. It's so funny because when people talk to me in public, I love it up here. But out here, I'm like on guard because I'm just like, they could eat me like a cannibal. They could be trying to they could be like a life coach trying to recruit me because that's very big in Los Angeles. Are you trying to be my friend or be my life coach? Don't recruit me. If anything, I'll recruit you. Okay? I want to be in charge. And so, but I think he was just like being a dude. Like he was just like broing down. He was just like, because he was smiling and he's like, I found you. Like, oh yeah, because where's Waldo? And like, he had that vibe of like he wanted the conversation to keep going. But he also had two buddies with him that were like a little bit older than him. I could tell that they were older than him, but they're still my age. So, they were just like watching. They were like the backup dancers, the backup singers. It was just like him and then like the two other little dudes. They didn't have names, they didn't have lines, they didn't have speaking roles. They're like the extras, the background actors. They're like the henchmen. Is that okay to say? I don't give a shit. This is my fucking podcast. Stop apologizing. Look at the mustache, just like bounce. Stop. Stop apologizing for everything. I don't like cranberry juice. It's disgusting. That doesn't mean I'm going to try and get it banned. What the fuck? Anyways. So he was just like, wanted the conversation. And I wanted the conversation to go because I want to be honest, but I also want to stay positive. I want this to have really good energy, and I want to bring you guys up. But I also don't want to be fake toxic positivity. So how about I say the words, but I have a happy intonation and a smile. Okay, here we go. So I really wanted the conversation to keep going because I am lonely and I like talking to other people. And I'm working on making new local friends because I just moved back here after 5 years. And I'm single and I live alone. And I love my friends and family. And they call me and text me and check up on me. And they love me. And I also still stare at the ceiling and the walls. And when am I going to not be single anymore? Yay! I'm not fishing. Don't feel bad for me. I'm not a victim. I feel really happy. So I like talking to people. I also just have a lot of fun because I don't have a filter and I say exactly how I feel. And I'm the guy that, like, when people are like, hi, how are you? Like, I know I'm supposed to say good, how are you? But I always want to just, like, say exactly how I feel. So this is the tangent episode, dude. I thought this was going to be the airplane episode. This is the fucking tangent airplane. I have content from Facebook to cover in today's episode. And the people tuning in to hear their comments are probably like, Matty, 10-minute episodes? This is 18 minutes. What the fuck? You know what the fuck is? This is bonus content. You're welcome. How dare you? Shut the fuck up. And thank you for being here. I appreciate it. So he just like he was just like, but he wasn't contributing anything. So it's just like, hey dude, like what's going on? Like, and then I was just like being like, it was like generic bro talk. And I was like, there's a I think I got mustache hair in my mouth, but I can't find it. So, I didn't even mean to do that pop. Because I'm drinking pop. I know what you're thinking. You do not want this story to end. I am very good at turning little things into novels. It's a passion of mine. So he was just like, oh, like, I was like, oh, what are you doing? And he was like, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm getting water for the hurricane that's coming here. And then I was trying to like bro out with him. So I was like, yeah. And then like, maybe I'll go to the weed store after this. The legal cannabis dispensary in California where it's legal. Legalize. It's Mother Nature's medicine. Legalize. Eagle eyes. I have a ton of weed. That sounds kind of arrogant and I have a lot of edibles. Well, because my one buddy got a bunch for his mom, and he can't take them because his job is like federal, so he gets like tested. So even though it's legal here, it's not legal in like the state where his company blah 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 blah. Legalize. Eagle eyes. It's like the theme song to an 80s cartoon. So he just like gives me a bunch of them because he like got them for his mom, but then like she left, so he's just like here and gives them to me. And so I have a bunch of them. So I didn't really need to go to the store, although I kind of do want to go to the store because I like edibles because I just like eating gummies. I don't really smoke at all, but sometimes when you smoke, you get like a free joint in the bag. Like when you buy weed from like legal stores, they give you like treats and shit because they want you to go to their place. And a lot of times, here's a fun fact too, is always go to new dispensaries because a lot of times they have like first time customer discounts where it'll be like something good, like substantial, like 30% off, or like buy one get one, or like they like really, whenever you go to a dispensary for the first time, that's when you should spend more money. If you go to like the same one you like over and over, then just like get like like a couple things. But if you go to a new one, that's the time to really spend. Don't go to a new one to spend like $20 and then go to another one. And then, are we even going to talk about the airport? I don't know. Let's just enjoy the ride. So, but my friend, he smokes cigarettes and he's always like hanging out outside, like chilling, and I want to like hang out with him. So sometimes I'll like smoke a joint and be outside with him, or we'll like go for a walk. And so then I was kind of like, well, I like hadn't seen him for a minute because I was in Indianapolis because my mom. I was in the Midwest somewhere, and I can't risk the paparazzi or the secret societies trying to recruit me or the government tracking me. Because my mom was like, she's turning into a robot slowly. She keeps getting her hips replaced with metal. And so I hadn't seen him for a minute, but then like I don't have any joints right now. So I don't go outside for smoking. So, but I did see him the other day because I got him and his brother these really cool lighters, and one's like a Tesla car that lights up like a laser, and it's electronic, so electric, so you never run out of fuel. You can just charge it even in the car. And then I got him a torch, so you don't have to cover it with your hand. So that's pretty rad because it gets windy here because we're by the ocean because we're living our best fucking life. So I did see him then, and then we like hung out, and I like showed him some of my old like song demos from like 10 years ago. And what was I talking about? And then so anyway, I was like, and then I straight up told him, because I tell my friends all my feelings. I was like, dude, I want to like smoke just so I can like come out here and hang out with you. But when I say smoke, I mean marijuana, not tobacco. No judgment to tobacco people. If you listen to the podcast and you are I wanted to say the word fan, but somehow that feels like an air conditioner. If you are a supporter of mine, if you like my content that I make, I want you to know, smoke all the tobacco you want. It's your fucking body. Do whatever you want with it. We're on a rock flying through outer space. I don't know if this is a good thing to say or not, because my grandfather died of lung cancer and my other grandfather had tuberculosis. Holy shit. And my mom got part of her lung cut out. But do whatever you want. It's your life. If you're an adult, do whatever you want. You are a consenting, sentient, conscious being with free will, We're on a rock flying through outer space in an infinite universe that's exploding, or we could be living inside of a simulation in a universe that's exploding. I definitely swallowed this mustache hair. I thought it went down, but it's not. It's like popcorn stuck back there. So I was thinking about going to get more weed to smoke so I can see my buddy outside and my other buddy outside. My buddies, because they're brothers. Can you say making two friends at once? Oh, I wanted to make a friend because I just moved in here. Bam. Two friends. And all the other motherfuckers who live in my building who don't like saying hi to me in the elevator, who didn't want any of my free pizza. Look who's laughing now, bitch. Me and the people watching this are laughing because they're on my team. Because I have friends here. I wanted friends and I got friends. I wanted new local friends here. And it's basically like we live in a college dorm. That's what the joke I make, because we're in like different units, but we're in the same building. And so I think I want to smoke more marijuana because I want to see my friends outside and hang out with them. And he's like, dude, you don't need to do that just to hang out with us. And I was like, I know, but I like it. It's marijuana. You know what I mean? So, holy shit, is this going to be a 1 hour episode? Let's not put a label on it. You guys should like that. So, So I was going to get some more weed so I can see my friends outside. And there's a hurricane coming. And, oh, this is my Where's Waldo shirt. Have we wrapped up the Where's Waldo thing yet? No. Oh, that was a tangent because I was like, this is the tangent episode. So he was just like, I found you. And I was like, oh, yeah, because Where's Waldo? I was like, oh, I'm going to like go get some weed. And then he was like, yeah, I can't smoke weed because I'm a truck driver. And so I guess he also gets like drug tested because he's like going in different states. Legalize. Eagle eyes. My eyes are itchy. So then I was like, oh, like maybe I'm just a bad influence. I was like, oh, like drink some alcohol then, because I'm just trying to bro out with them. You know what I mean? And I'm losing it because like we're in California. Smoking weed is like, you know what I mean? If you can't like bro out with smoking weed, like what do you know what I mean? So then he's like, yeah, that's where I'm headed. And then him and the two non-speaking roles like went down there. And I was like, I felt like he wanted to keep talking to me. And I would have kept talking to him. If he was by himself, I might have been like, do you want to hang out? But he had his friends with him. So that's what was so weird is like, he wasn't like including them. And yeah, you like how deep I'm looking into this? Yeah, me too. And then you just goodbye forever, never see you again. You know, sometimes those interactions with people where you're just kind of like, there's no natural way to get there, but I kind of want to see you again or keep talking to you again, or like maybe we could be friends. You know, those are always like weird. Like I met this dude on a train once from New York City to New Jersey, and he like let me sit with him because like the train was pretty full. And so then I was like, a thanks, dude. And I like gave him like a Gatorade because I got a bunch of Gatorades for the ride. And we were talking about weed. And he was like really funny. And he was just like I said, some dudes are just like dudes. You know what I mean? Like they just bro out with you, and not in the like douchebag way, but in the like how like broing should work way. And you just feel like kindred dude spirit with them. And I just love that so much. And but then it was like he was gonna leave, and it's like it's weird to just be like, do you want to like, what I want to say is, would you like to try to see if we are gonna become friends? You know? Although that's what I did with these two brothers at my building that I was just talking about. I literally walked up to them and I was like, do you guys want to be friends? And we are. See that? Dreams can come true. And they do. Life can be very good. Okay? Can be very good. So the Where's Waldo shirt. I get Where's Waldo all the time. I love this shirt. I get Where's Waldo all the time. I got it I get it all the time. I don't want to name drop, but I was going to mention a Hollywood Hills house party, but I'm not going to get into that because I'd rather leave you hanging off of a cliff. Because I don't need to be accused of name dropping. My name is Matty K. That's enough star power for this fucking podcast. You don't need any more, okay? I'm friends with all types of famous people. You don't need to know all of them, okay? You want to know how many famous people I have in my phone? 1, 2. I have 2. Okay? You'll never know who they are. I was in a movie with them. 30 minutes. It's more like 32 minutes. So, that's the intro of the podcast. That's what's been going on. So I got back. Dishwasher's still not clean. The dishes are still out on the porch. My dishwasher's not fixed. Jake Gyllenhaal's doing good. I thought he was going to die because I didn't have anybody water him because I thought I was going to be gone for 5 days and I was gone for like 2.5 weeks. So he's okay. He was actually like flourishing. I think he needed some time away from me, but I like waterboarded him when I got back with water. So he's pretty hydrated now. And so I was on a plane because I went to the Midwest, which is very mid. So I want to talk briefly about this lady who was on the plane, and the lady who she's on the plane and she's like freaking out, and she's like you can believe me or not, but I'm telling you that motherfucker is not real. And she's like pointing back. And so for those of you who have seen the clip, you've seen the clip. Can I play the clip? Okay, I'm going to pause and I'm going to see if I can play the clip.
I'm telling you, I'm getting the off, and there's a reason why I'm getting the off, and everyone can either believe it or they cannot believe it. I don't give two but I am telling you right now, that mother back there is not real. And you can spit on this plane and you can die with them or not. I'm not going to.
You should have heard about it by now. And she basically said that this guy wasn't real, and she made them stop the plane, and she got off of the plane. And I would have gotten the fuck off of that plane right after her. This looks like I'm exaggerating for the content, but really my eyes are just itchy. I would have gotten the fuck off that plane. You want to know why? This is why. She didn't say he's an asshole. She didn't say he's gross. She didn't say he's touching me. She didn't say he hurt my feelings. She didn't say he's annoying, obnoxious, gross, loud, took my seat, stole my seat, touched my bag, No. She didn't even say he. She said That motherfucker is not real. She said not real. And she said that motherfucker. And to me, that she didn't say he. She's almost as if it's like an like an entity, like a monster, like a non-human being or something. Maybe turn the lights on while you're watching this. I don't want anybody to get scared. Watch some cat videos after this, or some dog videos, or both. She said, that motherfucker is not real. Who says that? And why? She knew what she looked scared. She seemed scared. She didn't seem drunk. She seemed composed. She seemed like someone who was scared and composed because she was articulate with her words, but she was obviously upset. I would have gotten the fuck off that plane. Also, if nothing happened, nothing happened. You miss your flight, you get on another flight. Maybe you lose money, maybe you don't. Maybe you could not have to pay because you're like, well, it was upsetting and it's not really my fault. She was inciting it or whatever. But if it goes bad, you die. You die. It's like if there's a cookie with poison in it. And you're like, the cookie might have poison in it, it might not. You want to eat it or no? It's like, okay, well, if I don't eat it, then I don't eat the cookie. But if I eat it, I could be fine. I could die. She said he wasn't real. She said that motherfucker is not real. She said, you can believe me or not, I would have gotten the fuck off that plane. And then also the fact that, like, the guy she was talking about didn't be like, he didn't defend himself at all. He just sat there. And in one video, I think he had his hood up. So since that took place, then another video came out with her apologizing. Brand new Twitter. Brand new. No tweets except one tweet, which is the video. It looks like an AI video. Her earrings are swaying, and they look like they're not even like really swaying with the head. They look like they're delayed.
Hi everyone, it's me, Tiffany Gomez, probably better known as the Crazy Plane Lady, which is completely warranted.
Her face looks glossy, and she has makeup on, and you can use like beauty filters and stuff, and like it makes, videos look glossy, but it looked like an AI video. It didn't look real. And that was only after somebody like leaked her name that happened. And she doesn't explain what happened in the video. She just says, like, she's sorry. She wants to grow from this. She appreciates people. It's like the most generic. It could have been for anything. She didn't mention airplane. She didn't mention the person she was talking to. She didn't mention why she thought it. She didn't mention what happened. Nothing. It was the most generic apology video ever, which she doesn't really have to I mean, if you think something's wrong, you think something's wrong, right? I don't think that she was wrong. I don't think that she needed to apologize. I would have gotten the fuck off that plane. I think that the apology video is not real. I think it's AI generated. And there have been a couple responses. Some people claiming that they were on the plane. Some people are saying that they seem real. Some people say that they're satire. I don't know. But the most realistic video I just saw was of her, like, right after she got out, and she's in the terminal and she's talking with like police, and she's still like on it, and that seems like a real video. And then somebody in the comments there wrote like she was like, he got arrested allegedly. The guy that she was talking about got arrested. And allegedly it was because he was like saying really fucked up shit, like dangerous shit, like making threats about people or the plane or something. But it was like creepy, so it just like hit a nerve with her or something. Some people are saying that she may have been drunk or mental health mental health what's the word that I want to use here? She was going through some mental health struggles, I guess is the I'm just trying to be empathetic because we've all got stuff. But she didn't seem drunk. She seemed very composed. I believe her. I don't think he was real. I would have gotten the fuck off that plane. I think the video of her apologizing is AI generated, and allegedly the guy was arrested. But we haven't heard. Why have we not heard his name? You know? This is just all part of a bigger, like, slowly leak things out so that people don't freak out when it all comes out at once type of a thing. It's like putting a vodka shot in a glass of cranberry juice. Like Stranger Things. And they water it down for Barb. So, R.I.P. Barb. So, that's the airplane thing. So, I go on a lot of airplanes. And this is where we've got some fan content from Facebook. And I had it loaded, and Facebook decided to refresh. Okay, so we're going to pull these up. So I posted a question on Facebook to read here on the podcast. And thank you to everybody who responded with awesome shit. Okay, let's scroll down. So many award-winning content posts. We got to work our way down. Okay, so I posted, what's the weirdest, worst, funniest thing to happen to you or someone you know on a plane or in an airport? So I did read all of these before, but it's been like a couple days because I wanted them to be fresh, but I also didn't want to like accidentally read somebody talking about like how they're a cannibal because I wanted to be able to go to sleep afterwards. So, but I kind of forget what people said. So hopefully it'll come in raw and unfiltered. Okay. So Suzanne says, not so much. Only that I was in a very happy mood after a month in Costa Rica. Okay. You know, Suzanne flexing on us. We're happy for a good queen. Being on the beach, listening to salsa and smiling. Suzanne is just living her best. She's just smiling because she's on the beach in Costa Rica. She's living her best life. Not so much. Only that I was in a very happy mood after a month in Costa Rica, listening to salsa and smiling when the guard in the airport in New York asked me if I had any weapons. And I laughed and said, no gun, only a machete. Suzanne flying into New York City from Costa Rica. Suzanne, how much crypto do you have? I laughed, but after 2 seconds, I didn't. Yeah, that was one of those. Yeah, that was one of those, like, it's like, you know, you're having a one-night stand and someone's like, you know, tell me about yourself. And you're just like, I have 5 STDs. And it's like a joke, but maybe don't make that joke during that situation because of the setting, the climate, the environment. But you know what? We're all about free will here. So you say that you got a machete, Suzanne. I laughed, but after 2 seconds, I didn't. They went through all my stuff and looked angry, nothing else. Were they angry because you said machete, or were they angry because they had to look through all your stuff and all they could find was good vibes, smiles, sand from the beach and no bloody machete, you know, because this wasn't a Quentin Tarantino film. Suzanne, we thank you. We hope you enjoy your, you know, Central Park South loft, brownstone walk up, and, you know, how much crypto do you have? I've said that kind of shit. One time I was in line at Starbucks at the drive-thru, and I was in the passenger seat. My friend's driving, and I'm in the passenger seat. And the drive-thru worker asks us how our day is going. Don't ask me how my day is going, because I will tell you. I will tell you. And I said something super existential. Like, I'm just like, I don't even know what I said. I said something kind of heavy. Like, I'm just trying to, like, you know what? I said something like, I'm just trying to get through the day, but it was happy. Whatever kind of like way of saying I'm just trying to get through the day while it being an existential crisis while also being happy. That's what I said. Because I was like, ooh, I think maybe people will find my honesty, like, I don't know, they'll connect with it, but they don't. Well, sometimes they don't. Can we stay positive, please? Suzanne, thank you. Thank you for that comment. I appreciate it. Okay, so Judy Ann says, I remember Judy Ann's comment. Judy Ann says, I got food poisoning in Rio, Brazil. Is that short for Rio de Janeiro, Brazil? Which literally manifested on the way to the airport. Let's restart this because I want to give this justice. Who gives a shit if it's Rio or Rio de Janeiro? You know what I mean? I don't give a shit. I've never been there. I don't speak Portuguese, but my dead grandma did, but not the dead grandma that you think you know about. Ooh, funny bone. It was the other dead grandma. Bet you didn't know I have two dead grandmas, did you? I have two dead grandmas. And one of my dead grandmas, the one that you don't know about, spoke Portuguese and Italian and Spanish and French and English. Okay. Judy Ann says, I got food poisoning in Rio, Brazil, which literally manifested on the way to the airport. The plane could not leave because all of my orifices were screaming in the plane's bathroom. Literally, I love that you're a writer. This is a creative novel at its best. This is poetry. Screaming. Orifices were screaming. See how beautiful life can be? Life doesn't always have to be boring. You don't have to just be like, I was shitting. All of my orifices were screaming. Literally, the plane was grounded because of me for over an hour. And when I eventually emerged, I was a hated woman. 2 exclamation points. Judy Ann. Over and no judgment. No judgment. We love a healthy bowel. Get it out. But couldn't you have gotten some sort of makeshift diaper? Couldn't you have taken a wad of toilet paper and wedged it up in there and kind of plugged yourself up? You know what I mean? Because an hour... we all know that I got that diarrhea experience. Over an hour? Were you just hanging out? Were you on your phone playing Angry Birds? I think I got some more coming in like 10 minutes, so let's just play some Candy Crush and hunker down. Please. I'm not sure what Judy Ann's age is. What I would guess is she is 22 years old. So I'm guessing you had cell phones when this happened, but what if you didn't have a cell phone when this happened? I don't know. I'm not sure. But we thank you, Judy Ann. And thank you for flushing. Thank you for washing your hands. I hope nobody got pink eye. And I love that it was an hour. I love that. All right, we got Robert here. Nothing. He says nothing. But you know what? He wanted to comment. And we thank you for that, Robert. We love a commenting king. Nothing. Airports have always been normal for me, except that every now and then there's an exceptionally beautiful person that takes my breath away. I say this all the time. The place to fall in love is an airport. Having an airport crush makes everything go better. Everyone's so hot in an airport. And then you get on an airplane. Something about being trapped. Being like, I got to find love now, today. I got somebody, I need to fall in love. Then there are a lot of gross people walking around with their shoes off. A few examples of beauty and a multitude of toads. You know what? I prefer the word frogs because you can kiss them and they can transform. Okay. I just made that up. I didn't even know where it was going to go. I just thought it'd be funny instead of saying toad to say frog, like as if it's be like the term toad is offensive. It's outdated. Boomer. We say frog now. But then I realized in my quick improv, I'm just flexing. I'm feeling good about myself. I was like, oh, you can say frog and they can turn into a prince or a princess. Royalty. Nobility. 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 One time, I saw a dude walk into an airplane bathroom in just his socks, which is nasty. You know the aim is not good. You know that floor is wet with mystery fluids. There's so many options for what the fluids could be. And people like to take their shoes off on an airplane, but like, okay, so this is where things are going to get political. I don't give a shit if you take your shoes off on an airplane because the air is recycled through the filters. Like the whole plane's recycled every like 90 seconds or something. It's insane. If you have flip-flops on, you take off your shoes, it doesn't really change. And if you have shoes on, you take them off and you keep your socks on, that doesn't really change. If you take the socks off, that can start to get a little aromatic, effervescent. It can start getting a little humid. It can start getting a little fragrant. But once again, I don't give a shit. It's on the floor. Everything's filtered. I'm a big believer in free will. However, if you get up to go use the bathroom, and you're in your socks, it's going to absorb fluid like a sponge. Being barefoot is somehow less gross. Because even though you can step directly in and you don't have a little foot condom on, foot armor, whatever, it's not going to be held on. But a sock, it's going to absorb. And so one time I saw a man go into an airplane bathroom, not an airport bathroom, an airplane bathroom in his socks. Also, airport bathrooms, I feel like there's always this sense of like everyone like understands each other because we're all trying to get on an airplane and we all either like want to go before we get on an airplane or we were just on an airplane and we really got to go. You know what I mean? It's like that preparing crowd or that like post crowd. Like, we're just on an airplane. I gotta pee. You gotta pee. We all gotta pee. So yeah, thank you, Robert. That's it's true. Falling in love and people in their socks. All right, we got Darcy. When I was 20, made out with a guy I met on a plane to Minneapolis, and he invited me home for Christmas with his family. That's definitely something I would do. I'd be like, hi, person I just met. Would you like to be in my life now? I declined and also wouldn't tell him my last name. CIA agent, maybe? As I walked off to my connecting flight home, he called me a, quote, cold-hearted bitch, end quote. I mean, my first thought is like, where was your final destination? You know what I mean? And where were you coming from? All we know is the middle. All we have is the middle. We don't have the beginning or the end. I need to know what happens. And for the sake of my novel that I'm currently narrating, what was this dude's first name? You know what I mean? We got to dig this up. We got to interview him. We have to have him on the podcast because he needs to be held accountable for calling you a cold-hearted bitch. It was wrong. It was inappropriate. Thank you for executing your free will, and thank you for making your connecting flight, which was to where? And where did you come from? These are things that people want to know. Lola just says, carry on spine. And she has a photo here. We will throw the photo up. And it is just Lola from a post in 2015. It says, someone is getting ready to board this plane with an extra spine, and it is somebody with what looks like a human spinal cord and hip bone, not in a bag, just resting on their leg, on their thigh-high boots. This is organ trafficking. This is illegal. And we thank you, Lola, for doing good work. Stop illegal organ trafficking. Unless you're doing it to sell for cryptocurrency, which we all know is for a good cause. Hashtag Dogecoin. And I just love that there's a photo there. So I spent most of the flights making memes. So if you would like to go to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, anywhere, Delusions of Grandeur with Matty K at dogwmk, to check out the memes, because this episode is coming to a close. We are almost at 1 hour, dude. Almost at 1 hour. I was thinking about making a video sometime about the memes that I've made, so maybe I can make a subgenre of just like the airplane memes. Because that's kind of like if I make a video about that, it'd be better because I can show. If I do it on the podcast, I have to like read memes and you can't see the photo, and that's like most of the fun of memes. So I don't think that would really work here. But thank you to everybody dude, if you are here listening right now, thank you. You made it this full hour. Thank you for being a part of Delusions of Grandeur with Matty K. Please follow, subscribe, like, blah, blah, blah. YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, MySpace, Zanga, all of the above. Feel free to send any comments in for things for the podcast, any questions or any peripheral vision is so weird. Anyway, hang loose, pal. Thank you for being here. If you see somebody not real on a plane, man, doesn't it suck not knowing what you can and can't legally? Does anybody want to be my lawyer? I have a manager and a publicist. I need a lawyer and an agent. Stat. Did it stop? No. Here we go. Bye.